protein bar. Do it. Today I want to talk about one of the issues with the judging the deadlift, and it's what they call hitching. And hitching is a slang term. It's not in the rules of performance of any powerlifting federation. And you know, we tend to not take tests anymore. We tend not to read a rule book. We tend not to have rule books at our disposal. And people are becoming judges just through word of mouth. That's how they learn to judge, and that's wrong. We need to read the rule book, we need to take the test, pass the test, and that's how we become judges. So, you know, what is hitching? Well, a lot of people aren't sure, and what they claim to be hitching, and you know, people suffer for this and lose their lifts, lose their attempts, when the judges don't even really know what hitching is. Now, this all came about with what would be item number 4 on causes for disqualification of the deadlift in the USPF and NASA rule books, which is any use of the thighs, you know, to get the bar up to lockout position. You know, using the thigh, resting on the thighs, inching up the thighs. That's what is hitching. And, you know, like I said, the word does not appear anywhere in the rules. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first show you the rules of performance, the actual section called causes for disqualification of the deadlift, and item number 4, which is specific. And then I'm going to actually demonstrate what hitching is. Here I've reproduced causes for disqualification of the deadlift from the NASA and USPF rules of performance. Looking at number 4, supporting the bar on the thighs during the performance of the lift. This is where the whole idea of hitching came about. But as you can see, if you look at all 7 of these points in this list, you don't see the word hitching anywhere. Okay, so I want to show you what hitching really is, although, like I said, that word's not in the rule book. But it's actually using your thighs to get the weight up. I've got jeans on, so it'll be a little more clear to you. So I'm pulling up, resting on my thighs, pulling up, resting on my thighs, using my thighs to get the weight up. That's what we call hitching. And, you know, downward movement of the bar is a separate item in that 7-point list of causes for disqualification of the deadlift. So downward movement of the bar is not hitching. It's a separate issue. Now in closing, you know, I really like to make a point, and that being that, you know, we don't want to be a bunch of clowns to the rest of the world, the outside world. We want to be accepted as a legitimate sport. And, you know, there are organizations where you have the owner announcing, and he's the judge, he's the head referee, and he's everything, and that's wrong. You need to have, you know, if he wants to announce, that's fine, but he needs to have a head referee and 2 side judges that have studied and taken the test and passed and are qualified. And, you know, I mean, to show you just how seriously I take this, you know, I mean, I used to own a gym, and I promoted meets, and they were sanctioned meets, not all of them, but some of them were. And, you know, I'm a state referee, you know, with the United States Powerlifting Federation, and NASA, you've heard of NASA, National Athlete Strength Association. I'm a national referee with that organization. So, you know, I had to study, and I had to take tests, and I remember the first test I took, I flunked it. You know, and not only me, Brad Stevenson, you know, junior national champion with the APF, he flunked his first test as well. And it may be, you know, only 1 or 2 questions, but and some you know, questions regarding high school powerlifting, things that you don't normally use. But you know, these organizations are serious about what they do, and we need to be too. You know, and I know it's grassroots and it's a amateur sport, but it's still a sport and it's our sport, and we want to do it right. Correct?